Hey bad biddies, it's Kiani. Welcome. Today's video is gonna be about editing. We're going right into it like we usually do. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the equipment I use, the stuff I do before editing. We're gonna talk about all of it, okay? To start off, what I use is I use my Sony ZV-1 camera. It cost me about $800. Bought it at like Dance Camera, something like that. It's called something like that at my local camera shop, and they suggested me this camera for vlogging since I am mostly vlogging anyways. I also use my iPhone 12. I started off with my iPhone 10. I had problems with that phone, so then I moved on to the iPhone 12. Whenever I don't use this camera, I use my iPhone camera, and it works just as good. The only thing is the audio is a little bit different, but that's pretty much it. You could see the comparison in the video I did of unboxing my Sony ZV-1 camera. I also use my MacBook Pro. I don't know what model is. I'll put it up here somewhere. I use my MacBook Pro because then I use the Imovie software. So it doesn't have a USB thing. Again, it doesn't have the SD thing or none of that. So I bought my personal adapter to connect all that to. Let me show it to you guys. Okay, so this is my editing combo right here. It's called Satoshi. I bought it on Best Buy. It's pretty old. It comes with it looks like the TV plug thing, SD camera adapter thing, the little one. I honestly don't know what this one is, but you could probably tell what that one is. It comes with 2 USB and this other one, which I don't know what it's called because I don't know too much about technology. And then the thing to connect it to the laptop. Laptop comes with 2 things to connect this, so you could connect this and charge if anything. So that's what I usually do sometimes because the iMovie can take up a lot of battery life. And then this is my external hard drive. Gotta love it. I put my iMovie storage into this external hard drive, so whenever I edit, I need to have these 2 together at all times. Now I cannot edit. And to transport my SD camera stuff to the computer, I could do that, and I don't need to have the SD connected to it the whole time while editing, as long as it loads it all on. If not, it will lose the footage and all. These are just struggles that I will talk about maybe in another video. Let me know, because there are many struggles that come along with editing that no one sometimes talks about. But right now we're just talking about the editing process. Well, some editing process. I also use my ring light or a tripod. That's just optional. Again, like the external hard drive is optional, but you will have issues with the computer storage if you don't have enough computer storage. Also, the USB adapter isn't optional depending on the computer you have. Is optional depending the computer you have if you could connect the SD to it without the adapter, but I need these to transport all my information. That's all the equipment I use. I will list them right here. It's the camera, the MacBook, USB adapter optional. The camera is also optional. You could start off with your phone because if you want to do it, you will do it. Also, USB adapter optional, external hard drive optional, ring light or tripod also optional. But those are things that help out immensely when doing things as such as video and editing. It will help out with your editing and make it more interesting and everything like that. So now pre-editing, things that you should do before you continue to editing. One of the major things that I feel is important is your voice tone. You have to speak at a good level so that way the camera can pick up the sound good, and when you listen onto it, it's not that low. You could raise up the volume, but it's not the same as editing could just do so much. So if you could just make your editing process easier by just doing these things alone, like without beforehand, then yeah. Next is the lighting. Having good lighting makes the video so much better. Lighting is again something optional, I guess you could say, but lighting really makes a big difference. You want to check yourself, because if you have crazy hair and you don't notice it till you're editing, then that sucks, because editing can't do that. It cannot fix the way you look. You could definitely do it before you start recording, so make sure you like look at yourself through the camera, or you look at yourself through a mirror in front of the camera, so you know how the camera will see you. This is something else that I feel like a lot of people slack on, I even slack on doing it, is looking at the camera. Like, people like looking at themselves. It's a little bit of a pet peeve to me when I look at videos and I see, I've done it too, where you see yourself just looking at yourself more than the camera, because it's like, where are you looking at? All that are pre-editing things that are important to think about for editing. The software I use, as I already mentioned, is iMovie. I know some people use Adobe. I honestly don't know really much of what anything else people use. I use mostly all Apple products when it comes to like stuff like this. Now let's talk about my editing process. My editing process, every time I say editing, I say it like mad, like it's so many editors. I have somewhat of a process, or I know the basics of what to do when editing. I do rough edits first, which is taking out any unwanted breaths, taking out any boring parts. Like, if you find your video boring, then there's a problem. You should fix that. The way you could fix that is by your editing, like the way you zoom in, zoom out, or like you add a voice tone, all that. Those are effects. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. I'm sorry, I went a little bit ahead of myself, but again, that just goes along with boring parts. Like, if it's boring to you, what do you expect viewers will think? It's gonna be boring to them. It's gotta be interesting to you, so it could be interesting to others. So next, long pauses and all my rambling. So that's for my rough edits, and that takes me about like an hour, because, or depending how long the video is, it takes about double the amount the video is, because I gotta, you know, go and take out all the breaths. I just like watching throughout all my videos to make sure, like, you know, that's part of my perfectionist in me, but I don't go all that perfectionist because it just doesn't, it takes a lot of time and I get a little impatient, which I gotta work on. I rewatch my videos at least like 3-4 times, as to why I never rewatch it until maybe like a year later. Next, let's talk about effects. So there's many different effects when it comes to iMovie. You will see it on the top where you watch the video. There's all the effects. There's the zoom in and out, the can burn. Can burning is when it like slowly zooms in or slowly zooms out, or you could do it quicker or fast. No, it doesn't matter the speed. That's can burn. Next is filters. You could also apply filters to your videos that change the lighting, change the contrast, or whatever. Voice effects, you could change your voices and add a little personality to your video if you weren't enough to the video. You could do 2 videos at a time, which is picture in picture. You could do a picture and a video, which is again picture in picture. Also, in the picture in picture effect, you will see there's green screen, there's I don't remember all of them, but I'll show you right there. You'll see it. The green screen, most people know what green screen is, but it's when there's just an object, there's words, there's whatever you want to add, and there's green screen will disappear. It's just like, it's transparent pretty much. I use it a lot for my text, by the way. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Hold on. Picture in picture is also good for girls who like doing try on hauls. You could put yourself on top or show the video to the side of the clothing you want to wear. Also change your volume, which I talked about earlier, and the speeding. You could change speeding, you could freeze the screen, you could do so many stuff. Like, all these effects are things that I feel like are forgotten. It's so useful, but people do not take advantage of them, making your videos not as interesting as it could be if you used all these effects. Next, we're gonna talk about adding memes. I didn't put lip gloss on. I feel like that is an essential for me when doing videos. It's fine. Y'all just saw me with crusty lips for the first half of the video. That's fine. Adding memes, yes. I add memes when I feel like it just goes good with the moment. Like, if I want to say psych, or like there's a video that says like, or like, you could think of memes anytime. When you say a meme, just add the meme too. You know, they say whatever. I saw a video, a girl editing video as well when I was starting off. She was saying that whatever you talk about, show it as well, and that is so true, because it just makes the video again more interesting for viewers. It doesn't make it seem like it's such a long video and all this other stuff, yada yada. Green screen video. You could also add green screen videos. YouTube has a lot of them. They have aesthetic ones, they have, if you want to do a recording little template, they have those, like many templates they have, and it's so useful. I suggest that it's solid color, because if it has shadow or something, it will look a little like corny or a little tacky, because you see that it has a weird coloring to it because of the green screen. It's not like the official thing, so it's not transparent like that. Like the transparency, like if it's a shadow, again, like I'm telling you, kind of see a different color than what it's really originally supposed to be. So just keep that in mind when doing green screen videos. Talking about green screen again, that's how I add my text. There, you could do it through Canva if you have already bought the Canva. I know you have to buy Canva to get the transparent background, so once you get that, then you don't have to worry about green screen. But me, I am so dependent on my green screen texts, because that's all I use to add my text. So I don't know why in the video I didn't say what I used, but I use Fonto to do my green screen. So this is ready, my green screen ready to go. But the way you would do it is you go to plain images through your phone. Of course, you could use Canva, like I said. You could use the same dimensions they have, but I make my own. I think it's like, I forget. It's 2516,440. Okay, that's the dimensions of the YouTube screen videos, whatever. And then you go here, pick the color. You're obviously gonna choose green. It says you could do blue too, I guess, blue screen or whatever, but who uses blue screen? Like me, for real. So then I use this, and then you put use and save. You can save it. I already have it saved, so I'm gonna just press use. So I use it. You add text like that, just pressing it, and yeah, this is where we're gonna come up with the next thing, and then I save it and send it to my phone. I know you could add it, like Imovie has ways where you could add text, but it's not the way I want to add it, which is like below the screen, or if I want to put it here, or if I want to put it there. You cannot do that with Imovie. So green screen will allow you to do that and choose the font and choose the color, choose the outlining. Again, watch out with using shadows, because it will make it look a little weird. So a little shortcut that you could do when editing, when you are editing, and you could do it from the top menu bar. At the very top of the laptop screen, you see it, and it shows that you could use your keys. Using your keys are so much quicker, and if you don't know what keys to use to do what you want to do, then it's gonna, I'm saying like there's nothing you could do about it. But no, you could look at the menu, and it'll show it on the right side of all the editing whatever buttons, what keys you could use to make it quicker, which is something that I definitely do a lot. And something else that I do you don't know about unless you heard about it, or like I did, or unless you learned well your software. There's something you could do, like you could copy, but when you paste, for example, I use a lot of green screen, like I said, for my text. I definitely did a lot of green screen for my texts, and it would have taken forever if I had to use all the keys again. Instead, I could just copy the last one that I did, the last adjustment that I did, and put it onto the one that I'm currently working on, and that makes everything so much quicker. That was definitely a game changer for me. It made editing so much quicker for me. A little disclaimer, which is the little cons that come with iMovie, but it's free, so you know you can't get it all. You can't get it all when it's free. You can't do multiple of one effect. So if it's like you're using green screen, you cannot use picture in picture, because that is considered like one effect. Also, you can't use you could put a video on top of a video, but you can't put another video on top of that video on top of that. Like you can only do so much to it. And all in all, I hope this video helped. It was just a quick little video of explaining all the editing basics and what I do, because I know a lot of people have been asking me. I hope this helps and inspires you, and helps you out, encourages you to post your first video, or to just edit and just be creative about it, and just really enjoy the process. Because if you don't enjoy it, then it's gonna be very boring and annoying, and you're gonna be very annoyed, because you're gonna get annoyed on top of enjoying it. So you might as well just enjoy it instead of getting annoyed, because it's just gonna go terrible like that. Trust me, I know from experience. And like I said, just get creative with it. I'm excited to see all that you guys do. Leave a comment below if you're planning on using my editing tips, or if I reminded you of using any of the effects that you maybe didn't think of doing. Let me know if you're planning to post a video soon so I could watch it and support. Let me know, let me know, let me know. And leave below any tips that you guys might know that I didn't add on, because we're all here to help each other out. Love you guys. Go subscribe and let me know if you want a part 2. Let me know anything. Lo que sea, lo que sea. Follow my social medias to know whenever my next videos are coming. Yeah, see ya. Wait, what's a kiss in sign language? I don't know, but I'll see y'all.